What's up, everybody? Welcome to Duet, Justus. For those of you who don't know us already, I'm Michael.
I'm Jenny.
And we're a couple traveling full-timers in an RV we renovated from start to finish. If you guys want to check that renovation out, check it out right here. Watch our progress. It's pretty amazing. So we're going to talk to you guys about downsizing. That was the first step in our adventure. Alright, so we have all of this clutter. More clutter.
All my drawers filled with stuff that I don't really wear and doesn't bring me joy. So we're going to change that today. So when it came to moving into the small space, you can imagine just how important downsizing would be. No matter what lifestyle you have, whether you live in a mansion or a tiny home on wheels like we do, downsizing can be beneficial for just about anyone. It can de-stress your life, help you earn a little extra cash, and even completely change the way you think about buying things.
You're probably wondering, where do I even start?
If you feel lost and don't know where to start, we were in the same exact boat.
So one day I was at work and I was talking with a coworker of mine about moving into the RV, and he had recommended this book that he heard of. It was called The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up. This book has really changed the way we think about life, and it really has made a huge difference in our transition into the RV life. So we bought the book and read it, and we were super intrigued because the book basically asked one question when deciding whether to keep something or not. It was, does it spark joy? And we were thinking, okay, yeah, we're definitely skeptical on that.
So the whole concept behind the book is you start downsizing from easiest to get rid of to hardest to get rid of. As you're working through a certain category, you gather everything that fits in that category into one location. Then you start going through it piece at a time. Here's the thing, you have to hold every piece by hand. And as you're holding it, you ask yourself, does this spark joy? If it does, you keep it, and if it doesn't, you let it go. The ultimate goal is to surround yourself only with things that spark joy for you and make you feel happy.
Awesome. That's the general premise of the book. So now we're going to show you what our process was like, and let's go ahead and start with the clothes. If you're like me and you don't get attached to physical items very much, this will be relatively easy, and you should be able to hone your skill on figuring out what brings you joy and what doesn't relatively easily. No joy. No joy, no joy, no joy, joy. No joy.
Done?
Done.
Clothing was definitely the easiest to get rid of. If you're like me, there were things hanging in my closet that I just never wore or didn't really look very flattering on my body. And when I held those things up, sometimes I felt a little sad, sometimes I felt just nothing at all. And that's when you know if you don't feel a spark of joy, if you feel anything but joy, it's time to let that item go. This does not bring me joy. Thank you. Short dress that doesn't fit me very well. I appreciate your time with me. And at first, I thought I was just going to be going through them ruthlessly. Like, I already knew that I had tons of clothes I didn't like, and I knew I was going to get rid of them. Nope. Cute in theory, terrible.
Good.
Thank you, ugly striped shirt. I will not miss you. But there were certain articles of clothing that just for some reason I had a very strong emotional reaction to when it came to deciding whether or not to let them go. It's not the clothes themselves, it's like the memories that those clothes bring back.
The first category was definitely the most mentally exhausting of all of them, because we were just starting out and really trying to hone that intuition. But once we got it down, it was incredibly freeing. We couldn't believe how much stuff we actually got rid of, and it really helped with us going forward onto the next categories.
This is all that's left in his closet. Okay, I am absolutely amazed. This is my keep pile. I can't believe how small it is. This is my no pile.
Wow.
I'm like absolutely shocked.
Look at how huge that is. Wow.
2 of these are jackets as well.
Wow. Baby, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you. That's gonna make moving into the RV so much easier. What do you think?
I can't believe it. We've repeated that same process for the next two categories, books and paperwork.
The books were really easy to go through, but when we got to the papers, we could not believe how many papers we actually had. When you think of a piece of paper, you think of it as something so small and insignificant, but with this method and putting everything all in one spot, it really opens your eyes to just how much stuff you have. By this point in the process, we were pretty much pros at downsizing. For the next step in the next category, the miscellaneous items, we basically decided just to throw everything all into one room, organize it by category like kitchenware, bathware, and if you're into hobbies or anything like that, that's where these categories will come in. So if you have that special Star Wars figurine collection, that's where this goes. We are hoarders. That's what we are.
We have no idea we had so much stuff.
Once we got through the majority of our stuff, we were so motivated because we had gotten rid of a ridiculous amount of stuff. We were so ready to tackle the next and the last and the hardest category, the memories. Or so we thought. We're going through sentimental items. This is probably one of the hardest steps in the process.
I forgot that my sister gave me this mirror.
Yeah, so that gives you a really good idea of how difficult this process can be. You're going to want to keep your tissues handy because you're going to have to dive real deep to get this process done. But it is so worth it. And for the record, I kept that gift from my sister. Love you, Jess.
Okay, so once we got through everything, the only thing we had to do was just get rid of the stuff we didn't want to keep. We decided to sell some stuff on Craigslist and donate as much of the other stuff as we could. Make sure to keep in mind the people who are less fortunate than you are. Everyone is in a different position, so if you can, donate as much as you can. Hashtag donations matter.
Now that you've seen us use this method, we're going to give you our top 3 tips.
Number 1, sort by category, not by location. It is crucial that you get everything you own in a single category and put it all in one location. It gives you a really good perspective on what you have, and you'll find a lot better results by doing this.
Number 2, stay focused on the question at hand. Does this item bring me joy? You're going to get an influx of thoughts, feelings, but try to tune it all out and stay focused on the question at hand.
Number 3, make sure everything is silent. You don't want any music playing, you don't want any TV on, you don't want any external stimulus that's going to influence how you make your decision. So how long did all this take us? 4 days. And we were working 12 to 14-hour days over a 4-day holiday weekend. It was pretty brutal, but we wanted to get it done. This is pretty non-typical from what we've heard. A lot of people have a lot more stuff than we do, so be prepared for it to take a little longer than that.
So do we miss any of it? No, not even for a second. One of the craziest side effects of this book is it doesn't just apply to physical items. It will branch out and go into so many other different aspects of your life. It's more of a philosophy and a mind shift change than just a downsizing method.
If you guys want to see how this book really helped us, make sure to check out our big reveal and tiny home tour right here. And thank you guys again so much for watching, and as always, we will see you guys on the next video. There's a cow.
There really is a cow.